Johnny Dingle. Number 92, he's a sophomore defensive end from Miami, Florida. He's been described, I love this description, a young line prospect with a big engine. He enrolled in WVU in January of 2004, and he's a member of the Athletic Director's Honor Roll. He was a 4-year starter at defensive end at Booker T. Washington High School in Dade County, was Defensive Player of the Year, Team MVP, and Captain of the basketball team. The title of Johnny's speech is, "What a Waste."
When I was attending elementary school in Miami, I would walk to the bus stop every morning. I would see my uncle was at about the time, he was about 25, with his friend standing on the street corner. They was usually drinking, smoking, having a good time. I used to want to be just like that when I grew up. I would stand on the street corner with my friends and have fun. Now that I look back, I realize how wasteful that type of lifestyle is. I want a life that I can be proud of. When I was about 9, sports entered my life. I began playing football, baseball, and basketball. Football was my greatest love. Fortunately, most of my friends were into sports too. Unfortunately, we still find time to do things that we shouldn't be doing. After learning my lesson from that, I began to devote myself for more athletics. Basically, my mother, 3 young sisters, I live with my grandmother. My mother encouraged me to do what I love to do, and that was playing sports. My aunt and one of my teachers emphasized the importance of going to school. As a kid, I only had one dream, and that was to play in the NFL, especially for the Miami Dolphins. I watched all of their games on television. In high school, I devoted my time to basketball and football. In my senior year, I was a proud man. First, I was proud because I already passed the Florida standardized test needed to graduate from high school. That's called the FCAT. Second, I was proud because I was excelling in athletics. I was named one of the top defensive ends in the nation. I was voted MVP in the entire state of Florida. I was first team All-State, and I was first team All-Dade County. Third, I was being recruited by many colleges. I had nothing but hope for my future. I was on my way to taking my first steps, fulfilling my dream of becoming an NFL football player. The only thing was standing in my way for playing for WVU was that I was a Prop 48, which means I didn't have the grades, or therefore I would have to sit out for a whole entire year and I couldn't practice with the team. Now I'm a sophomore. I am no longer a Prop 48. Last semester, I achieved a 3.0 GPA. When I look back how proud I was in high school for my athletics achievement, I realize now that I am proud for myself for other reasons also. First, I am the only family member to attend a university. Second, I am grateful that I didn't end up like my cousin. He was an outstanding basketball player in high school, had a great future before him. However, he got into trouble, ended up being 7 years sentenced in a Florida State prison. He was released this January. I looked at him and I think to myself, 7 years. 7 years of my life taken away from me. Third, I am also grateful I didn't end up like my mentor, Brandon. He was an older guy like my uncle to me. he always kept an eye on me, challenged me in sports, made sure I was hanging with the right person and not hanging with the wrong crowd. As a result of a heated argument, he was killed, shot down at the age of 27. Once again, I think to myself, what a waste. Right now, football is something that keeps me focused. It is taking me where I want to go. It took me from the street corners of Miami and brought me to WVU. Where I go is up to me. If it runs from football, there's a possibility that people might be looking at me and saying, what a waste. Those are words I never want to hear about my life. What a waste.